Hi there, how's it going? This is Drew here, and I wanted to talk about which one of me, I'll track which one of me for Uncle Dave's Biscuit Barrel. A lot of people have been asking, where did you record it? And I basically said, oh, it's at home. And they're like, oh, great, you know, like, how did you do that? I thought, well, I'll show you. Modern technology sort of allows us to do this now, and completely virtually, which is incredible. Um, so well, we've done two EPs now, and I'm going to go through, I'll go through all the tracks and then I'll play the track at the end, just so you can sort of hear what's going on. So let's just take it from the top really. So we used Easy Drummer, and Dave used his real drum kit, his electric kit, sorry, I may say. Sounds great, it's brilliant. And so you still have the human element on there, all the velocities and things, but it just takes away a lot of the faff. You know, editing's really easy if you need to. No phase problems or nothing like that. So yeah, death metal pack, there we go. Listen to that. I mean, just recorded incredibly. The only difference is the snare, and I'll talk about that in a sec. It's not the snare there because I find the modern snares on these packs, they're very pingy and woody sort of sounding. I have to sort of knock out, it's like 400 or something like that. So I have to put a little smiley face sort of around there, but I didn't want that snare sound, and there wasn't anything in there that I liked, and I tuned it, pitched it down just ever so slightly. I think it's just a Black Beauty, there you go. But on top of that, I did put a trigger, so a trigger on a trigger, and it's this here, and it's a slate, I think it's called slate snare, there you go. Sounds great. And all together, mixed in all together, we just got this really nice explosive snare drum, more of a plat rather than a kunk, I always call it. So I knocked out some of the stuff there. It was getting a bit honky in the mids, and then just boosted some of the fundamental stuff, and then a bit of high end things. And there you go, you got all the reverbs, and it goes to verb in a minute anyway, I'll show you that. There is compressors and stuff on it, but I just use the compression built into the engine. I could have used external ones, I suppose, but they sounded fine, to be honest. And it was only a little bit. It was just to kind of, you know, catch the bits and stuff, but adds a bit of warmth to it. All sounds the same, doesn't it? Sounds great. So yeah, let's go through it. Hats, yeah, just a bit of EQ, bit of tape on there. Put some tape on the cymbals and stuff because they were found a bit high-endy. Just to tame them all down a bit. Same with the O-heads, I think. Yes, there you go. I tried de-essing, but I think the tape was quite cool. Just took away that really zingy harshness in some of the cymbals. The room, just a bit EQ. A lot of things with these drum programs, all the stuff's already built in. They're not really what you would call raw files. They're completely mixed, really. Already, you just kind of, I just tailor them to how I like them, or add some extra things. So it does make it a little bit easier, but there you go. Already sounds great, doesn't it? If it sounds great, there you go. Okay, all goes through the drum bus. You got a Brainworks compressor here, which is giving a lot of the vibe, the mojo. Makes it nice and pumping. Limiter, just peaking off, you know, taming all the peaks and stuff of all the snare hits, just a little bit, nothing major. All goes to another reverb. It's very reverby, this kit. Actually, in fact, I'll play the drums. One sec. Let's put that on as well. One sec. If I take this off. Sounds all right. Just sounds a million times better since you put a compressor on it, like everything does. Right, bass. Here we go. Sounds amp. First of all, I split it into two. I've only played it once, but I've just doubled it on 2 tracks. Just a DI. This thing is a godsend. This is amazing. Whoever discovered this. Fantastic. Whoever made this, sorry, TSE Audio, there you go. Just unbelievable. Excuse me. It's just brilliant. I mean, even if I didn't have this on there, it would sound amazing. The other track, I just put an SVT on it just to have an MPEG SVT, just have that sort of that sound. But honestly, I probably didn't need it. I've just got this on it. It was just does it all, doesn't it? What else do you need? If I play that along with the bass. Just brilliant, just does that thing. I went for a really dark kind of sound. I tried not to get didn't want it too nice, and you know, some bass sounds can get a bit nice and clean and glassy. That is not that. Then those two run through like the bass bus here, and this is where I do a lot of the sort of processing stuff. So you've got the TDR Nova. What this is doing is just taming down the low end, just as like a safety net, really. So it's just not, you know, peaking and stuff. Got the idea. That was Mark Roberts, my mix mentor, my production mentor, who I have lessons with. He does it on his mix bus as well, but I just did it on the bass channel. Yeah, just a good way of doing that. I just want to mention a lot of these plugins I've been using as well are free, and they're great. This is very similar to the Fab Filter, and it's a great company, you know, so you don't have to spend millions of pounds on plugins. I don't think. There's some great companies out there doing some great things, and yeah, really useful, you know. Next thing is going to a compressor, just Cubase stock. I guess it's based on like a 1176 style thing. Not doing a lot. Well, doing a little bit, but enough to kind of hold it together. And then our trusty R bass, which I absolutely love for rock music. It really just is a game changer for bass. Keeps the low end all consistent. It's all about consistency. Keeps it all solid all the way through. I absolutely, yeah, it's probably one of my top 5 plugins of all time. Then it goes to another compressor, but that's not actually on this bass. What it's doing is side chained to the kick drum. So every time the kick hits, you'll see it. You'll see it moving there every time the kick was hitting. The bass ducks down and the kick comes through. So we just don't get any sort of clashes. You know, making space, making room for everything. That's what it's all about, really. All this EQ stuff, things like that. So you don't get any sort of, especially in the low end, things can get really muddy and nasty. Bit of EQ, knocking out a bit of 300, the old boxy stuff. Bit of 1.76, what do you call it there? That's like the pick, sort of like where you hear the cut kind of stuff. And I notched a bit of 3K out because it was just must have been some sort of annoying sound that I didn't like up in that area. But yeah, together sounds great, which is fantastic. Okay, guitars again, free plugin, Amp Roots. Can't really go wrong with this one. I mean, this company in general, ML Sound Lab, they need to get talked about way more. I mean, they do now, but I sort of discovered them quite early on when they only had this and something called a Super Duper, which I do have as well. But this as a free amp sim, I mean, it's free. I've done sessions with this where it's just, you know, no one's gonna know, are they? It's just, it sounds so real. I mean, it is real. That's where we're at now. You can change all your mics and mix them in. I mean, it's mind-blowing, isn't it, really? Same on this side, exactly the same. And then again, goes through the bus, EQ, bit of high end. That's it, that whole channel, just a bit of high end. You know, I like the sound of the SSL though. It just felt it was a bit too dark. And then oh yes, back through this again, a bit more high passing, a little bit of notch there. It was a bit of an annoying sound, but mainly it's for this here. Apparently this is a this is called as an Andy Sneap trick apparently. A lot of this stuff I've been learning from. There's a guy on YouTube called Rensington. I have to massive shout out to him, really. I mean, he's a fantastic mix engineer. and he just does all at home, and he knows exactly what he's doing, and he uses all the Reaper stock plugins, and he says, get all these are free, these sound great, and he's not wrong, you know, he's absolutely fantastic. And I always watch his channel and get ideas and things like that. So apparently this is what Andy Sneap does, and every time you do all the chuggy and palm muting stuff, it sort of ducks out that horrible frequency around the 200, around there, that the blooming kind of woolliness, I guess you could call it. There you go, caught it right on the point there. So you got anything kind of chuggy, anything that's going to just start getting in the way of things, it sort of dips it out of the way. Great idea, that. Yeah, and that's it really on the guitar bus. Bit of EQ, knocked out some of the mids, again low mids, some annoying frequency there. It's all up there, isn't it? All the horrible stuff. Hit there. And I think there was a bit up at the top there, sort of more closer to the 4.65, something that was just annoying me anyway. Anything generally up there, there's always going to be stuff sort of spiky and not very nice on your eardrums. Just sort of try and get rid of that. Vocals. All right.
One of them's false and one of them's real.
Just a single take. Yeah, a few things going on here. Slamming the vocals, of course, to get them up front, because it is sort of thrash metal.
Me, which one am?
Another free plugin, Clang Helm. Brilliant plugin. Simple. It's got 2 buttons on it. Well, 2 of these. 3 choices there, that's it. I love the older style compressors. They just do that thing. I think everything modern gets a little bit, you can do too much, I think. Get too involved. I think these older ones, like the 2 buttons, all the 1176s, there's a reason people still use all that stuff, because it's just simple to use. This is one of my favorite plugins as well. Arvox, again, 1 button, just put it back, there's your compressor. Brilliant. And I've sort of put 2 of those on, you know, one after the other, double compression there. Again, another free plugin, very similar to the Soundtoys, a Soundtoys one, but I don't want to spend money on a Soundtoys one, not yet anyway. Yeah, Audio Assault, Head Crusher, doing a lot there. It's quite nice, real gritty and
Me, which one?
yeah, I love that. It's brilliant. De-essing, sort of in that area. What did I do here? Again, a bit of top end, I think. That's about it. Yeah, just a little bit of top end. And I suppose I could have done it there, but whatever. Just a bit of a cut there. Oh yeah, this has got, I love easy mix stuff. You know, some people say it might be cheating. I don't know. I use them more for the effects rather than like a necessity. It's got some great effects on it and some of the distortion effects. This is a doubler effect. Yeah. So let's put it back.
Me, which one me?
Just a bit of a vocal, like a chorus and doubler style thing. And there's a bit of delay down here. Ping pong delay. What did I use? Oh, I used that. There you go. Cubase stock plugin. Stock plugins. Way forward. It's always good to use that as best as possible, as much as possible anyway. Excuse my editing. It's terrible, isn't it? It doesn't look very neat and tidy. I'm a bit of a doer. I just want to get through things quick rather than worry about it too much. Dave. Oh yeah, the answer backs. There we go.
Which one of me?
What we got there again? that.
Which one of me?
Just slamming it, and then into this, because it's for the amp drive, the distorted voice. There you go. That is basically most of the lifting on that, to be honest. Bit of EQ. If I take it off, it's just dry.
Which one of me?
Yeah, I mean, it's really all about that, isn't it? So together, that sounds like that.
Side in the field. Which one of me? One of them's false and one of them's real. Which one of me? Side of the table.
Yeah. And there's obviously a take 2 there, but we didn't use any of that. We did sort of a bunch of takes. We did like 3 passes of each one, and then I sort of comped it all together, really. The last EP we did some double tracking, but you know what? For this type of stuff, Mike's got a great voice, and it's just straight through. The delay, what's that? Oh yeah, we did that already. Gang vocal. This is what makes Uncle Dave for me, the gang vocal stuff. We recorded this at Dan Parkinson's studio, Wooden Heart. And Dan's great. He's got we do all the main vocals there as well, and I don't think there's anything on it, because just a bit of EQ. It was supposed to go to a reverb, but I think it was too much because there was so much room verb in there. Naturally, it sounded great.
Which one am me?
Yeah, there you go. That was the one. That's all of us stacked. So we did it like 4 of us, and we stacked it like 3 times. There you go. Trick to gang vocals.
Which one?
And because Dan's got this really cool studio and he's got a big room, you know, you can hear the room, you know, which is great. So I think we'll always continue to do our vocals there. Solo, you don't want to hear that. But again, yeah, nothing much. Just this amp roots again. And a bit more EQ, just a bit tighter on the cuts, especially the low end. You got with solos, you don't need that much low end information going on, and even the high end. Actually, I try to keep it all sort of a bit more in the middle for all that stuff. Snare verb. There's 2 snare verbs. I'll solo those so you can hear what they're doing. You know, EQs and cuts. Oh yeah, soft tube. This is great. Soft tube stuff. Really enjoy the soft tube stuff. It's good verby stuff. I think on the other one I used a Dan Corn F. Yeah, this one. This is great. Dan Corn F. Love Dan Corn. I love all the Corn F stuff. It's great. It's plugins like Pawn Shop and stuff. I don't think I used it on this, but yeah. Tom Verb again. I try and keep the reverbs pretty much the same plugin most of the time, because I don't know, I just think that's another world in itself. You can get really fixated on lots of reverbs, and yeah, as long as you've got a decent plate, I think you'll probably get away with most things. This is different. There's more of a room thing. This is Cubase stuff. This is great. Cubase does all these like IRs, and it's sounds great. It's called Room with a View. It's, yeah, you can, let's hear it if you want. I just put it on the kick drum. In fact, if I just put the kick drum on and then put the reverb, yeah, you can hear it. There you go. Lovely reverb. I really like that one. It's really good. Vox verb again. Yeah, soft tube. I think it's a brilliant sounding reverb. That's it. I'll go to the master bus now, but that's pretty much all the elements. Yeah, here we go. So stereo out. Right, not huge amounts, but sort of no bus compressor actually. All that's doing is just shaving off 30 hertz. You can't really hear anything under there anyway. Just to clean up just any rumblings or any noises going on. It's good to keep it all, you know, tidy, things like that. Yeah, all these little things sort of add up to a bigger thing. This is amazing. This isn't actually on the original mix. The only reason I sort of put it on is because when it got mastered, I think it got lots of low end and stuff put onto it. and maybe go, oh, maybe my mixers are a bit thin. This is incredible. This is basically a Pultec style EQ, and I've just boosted a bit of 100 hertz there, a little bit of high end at 12, and a bit of console drive. That's amazing. Adds like a load of weight to it, and it's just doing a lot of the weight. You know, it's such a cool thing, like shoving a bit of EQ through or some Pultec thing. There's a reason people use the Pultecs, of course, but it's a free one. Son EQs, check them out. Sonymous. Absolutely fantastic. This is my most expensive plugin because I bought it not on Black Friday when they sell it for about 20 quid. For some reason I stupidly bought it for 100 quid. But does anyone know what it does? Not really. No, it's a wave shaper type thing. It's kind of like just boosts everything up without squishing it. It's not a limiter, but it just makes everything kind of, you know, stand out more. It just does a thing that no one really knows what it does, but it does a good thing, I always think. Bit of tape, just to, you know, I always like the tape. I feel like, you know, that's the one thing with digital where everything gets a bit hard, and it's nice. The tape just sort of smooths everything out for me. It's just one of those things. And then I'm just going to limiter, so it's louder. Just so when I'm mixing, it's just really loud. Or if I want to listen to, or if I send it off to someone, or like send it off to the guys, they want to hear it like it's been mastered. So yeah, just shove a limiter through it. But obviously, when I sent it to mastering, took it off. And streaming, so a rear stream, just so you guys can see and hear what I'm doing. So that's it. But altogether, it's I think it came out really well. It sort of has that thrash metal sound. I'll play the track now, actually, so you can have a listen to it, and then we'll finish off with that. So anyway, thanks for listening. I hope it wasn't too boring, and I've probably done everything backwards, and it's all wrong, but I don't know, came out pretty well. Yeah, speak to you in a bit.
False and one of them's real. Which one of me? Side of the table. Which one of me? One of them's Dave and the rest are Clark Dingle. Which one of me? fish swim in the river. Which one of me? One of them swims in the nostalgia bar. Which one of me? Which one